All right, we got the rolling boil going for the Bullet Points Brown, American Brown. We used 5 pounds of pale ale at 3 level bond, 1.5 pounds of 2-row at like a 1.8 level bond rating, 1 pound of wheat, 8 ounces of aroma malts, and 8 ounces of chocolate barley malt. So that'll give it that nice dark, rich, chocolatey looking character. It's been kind of flirting with rain off and on. I had to move all my other stuff inside as Oscar barks at a ghost. But yeah, so it's starting to drizzle every once in a while, and you know I don't want to have to take it indoors. So we'll put the lid on it if we need to, and just let it go. And I got plenty of gas, so I don't see a reason to worry about that. It's been boiling for about 5 minutes now. Good rolling boil. So we're going to let it boil for 30 minutes before we add the first 1/4 ounce of Centennial hops. That's going to be a 30-minute addition, and then we'll do another 1/4 ounce for a 20-minute addition, and then we're going to do a 1/2 ounce of Columbus for the last 10 minutes, and I believe I'm going to throw a Werflock tablet in there. First time I've used that. I've seen it recommended to between 15 and 5 minutes, so you know I'll throw it in there for 15. I don't see how it's going to hurt. I don't know if it'll get it any more clear if it's in there longer, but at least it's just kind of a midway point between my hop additions. So that's about it. We'll see how it goes. Oh, also this is my first 10-gallon kettle, aluminum kettle. As you can see, it's much bigger than the 5-gallon stainless steel kettle I've been using for all my other 7 brew attempts. This is all brew in the bag. I did 5 gallons of distilled water and put all the grains in there at once and mashed it for about an hour. Strike temperature was I think right at 158. Then it eventually got down to 151, which is what I was trying to get to. It took it a while to get there. But it stayed steady at 151, and I increased the temperature once just to get it back up. And then when I got ready to remove the grains, I raised it to 170, put the bags in a strainer and propped that on top with, I'd kind of engineered something to hold it up above the kettle while I drained it. Then as it was draining, then I started to raise the wort to a boil, and once it started to coagulate and get ready for the hot break, I moved the grains over here. So there's my little turkey fryer strainer, and that's all 6.5, 7, 8.5 pounds of grain there that I'll use, you know, somewhere in the front yard so my dogs don't eat it and throw it up everywhere. That's kind of it. It's been kind of a windy night and drizzling off and on, but not like a steady rain, just drops here and there. But the wind is what's kind of kept me having to keep my ingredients and materials on the table from blowing away, and so I moved everything inside as I'm listening to the USC Citadel baseball game. And I was drinking something earlier. I was drinking the 2016 Mexican cake that I bought in a crowler a couple weeks ago. So I was trying to get it that dark, but didn't quite make it. Anyway, so that's about it. Flip it around so we can cheers it out. Cheers to the Mexican cake. Cheers to the Bullet Points Brown. That's good and cinnamony. But I don't normally drink browns, but I heard that brown is coming back, and I'm kind of starting to move towards less hoppy beers. Just in general, I've always enjoyed the stout, but I want to get something kind of in between, like, you know, pale ale and stout. So brown just seemed like the obvious choice, and I'm not going to make it super hoppy like all my other beers have been so far. So only 1 ounce of total hops for this. Well, it's 5 gallons of initial water, but it should boil off to hopefully around 3.5 gallons for the batch size at the end when I throw that in the carboy. You know, we'll see how it goes. I don't really know anything about this kettle. It was a used kettle. It was a turkey fryer. So I just decided to test it out with, you know, putting the entire amount of water that I was going to use for the entire batch in there. And not having to keep adding water and, you know, worried about the boil over and all that kind of stuff. So, one last look at it. There it is. Nice and steamy. We have, we've only been going for 5 minutes. Or maybe 10, so. Still got quite a ways to go before I even do the hops. Might check back in later. Alright, peace.